To take it seriously, one of the most important things is meal prep and making sure you have meals ready to go at a moment's notice, ready to go when it's time to eat. You don't want to be scrambling last minute trying to put something together, because when it's meal time and you don't have meals prepared, you are going to try and find any kind of food because you're hungry, and more than likely it's probably not going to be as healthy as it would be if you were preparing food. Secondly, a lot of people have been going by the motto of if it fits your macros. So that means if you eat the appropriate macros every day, then you should be fine. In my opinion, and in how my body functions, my body is gonna function a lot better on solid, nutritious food, lean proteins, complex carbohydrates, vegetables, and all that. My body's gonna function a lot better. I'll be able to perform a lot better in the gym. I'll be able to perform a lot better doing my everyday activities as compared with, let's say, some fast food. Even though the macros and the calories are exactly the same, that fast food is gonna be digested very, very quickly in my body, and I'm not gonna be able to function as properly. So of course, there are meal services out there where people can deliver meals to you ready to go, but some of us, one, can't afford it, two, just like to cook at home and do your meals yourself. So that's what we're gonna do today. To start, I'm a big chicken person. I love my chicken. I think the most important thing is when you are dieting, you gotta pick foods that you like to eat, especially the proteins. If you're not a big fish person, then don't eat a lot of fish. Stick to chicken. That's what I'm sticking to. Today, I got a lot of chicken, I got lean ground beef, I got a lot of rice. I love rice, whether white rice or brown rice, I don't think it really matters at the end of the day. So what we're gonna do first is simply get our protein in the oven, get it cooked so that we can go over everything else. All right, we're gonna drench this chicken in some buffalo wing sauce. I absolutely love this on chicken. Yeah, this may seem like a lot of sauce, but once you cover it up, it's gonna be delicious. All I do is put the sauce on, mix it up after. All right, so today we're actually baking this chicken. We're not gonna, put it on a pan or anything like that. We could put it on the barbecue, but right now, I live in Canada and it is really cold outside. All right, gonna throw these guys in the oven. So what you gotta do is get yourself some decent containers for meals, because you gotta store these meals somehow. Now you can go to any store and get them, but I went to the dollar store because I wanna make this as budget friendly as possible. Got yourself some containers. I bought 20 of these, it cost me $25. And that, in my opinion, is a very good investment because you can reuse these many, many times. So what we're gonna do is cook up some rice, vegetables, and protein, and divide it up into containers so that we have meals ready. So we're gonna make ourselves a nice vegetable medley with mushrooms, broccoli, and red peppers. We're just gonna mix that all up right here. This is a really good friend and a very good way to control fat and oils within, when you're cooking. Some people will take some olive oil and they won't realize how much they're actually putting in. There's nothing wrong with olive oil, it's great, but sometimes, if you're a professional chef, you're going for flavors, not necessarily worried about how many calories are in there and all the macros that are in there. So we're sticking to cooking spray. We're just gonna spray this pan once it gets a little bit hotter, and we're gonna throw all this in, just let it cook up. Just have chicken, so I bought some extra lean ground beef, 30% off. Sometimes you can find some deals out there, as long as it's not getting green or anything like that and expiry date is on point, you can get yourself some good deals. So we're gonna put some extra lean ground beef into the pan, fry that up, and that'll be one of our proteins. Another awesome carb that I love along with rice is sweet potatoes. You don't always want to have rice with every single meal. I personally like to just cook these guys in the microwave. You cut them up kind of small and they cook up pretty nicely in the microwave in about 5 to 6 minutes. You gotta make sure when you're microwaving these sweet potatoes that you are using a microwave friendly bowl. This is not a microwave friendly bowl. Put in a little bit of water at the bottom before you begin so that they can cook a little bit better. Add a little bit of plastic wrap to the top, like so, just so that we can trap all the heat inside when we are microwaving these guys. So our chicken's pretty much done. We're gonna take it out. Ground beef is pretty much done. Our vegetables are pretty much done. And what we're gonna do is uncover it just for a few minutes, just to let some of that water evaporate. So we have our food cooked. Now it's time to use these containers that we bought and fill them up. So I have a measuring cup here. This is for 1 cup of rice. What I'm gonna do is put 1 cup of rice into about 10 of these, and for 5 of them, I'm gonna use sweet potatoes. Now I'll be preparing 20 meals right now, but right now on my counter, I only have 15. I only have room for 15, so keep in mind, you wanna create as many meals as possible that'll last you the entire week. There's a lot of people that'll tell you that you have to have 118 grams of potatoes and 93 grams of chicken. Unless you are, you know, stepping on stage, which a lot of us aren't, unless you really need to track this stuff to a T, then something like this is just enough. We have a cup, we have some sweet potatoes. I say some, I just eye it, you know, just put it, you know, 1/4 of the container, 1/3 of the container in there, and we put our protein and our vegetables. What I'm gonna do is add 2 pieces to every single meal. So here we go. Add 2 pieces. This is about 8 ounces of chicken. See, that's enough for me when I'm cutting. If I'm bulking, I might increase that to 10, maybe 12 ounces, but you don't need to overdo the protein. So we got some ground beef that we cooked up, and we're gonna put that into our containers right here. And like I said, all I do is eye it. This is a 600 gram package, so we're gonna do 200 grams for every container. And there we go. We have our carbs, we have our meat, and now we're just gonna add vegetables just to color it up a little bit and add some fiber. This I'm just eyeing, just taking maybe 2 spoonfuls in each one, and that's it. So we ran out of vegetables, but that's okay, we have backup. And since we have a dirty pan already, we can just throw some spinach in there, cook that up, and put it in the rest of our meal. All right, so we have meals prepared. I have spinach cooking up still, so we gotta add to that. I still have a bunch of 5 more containers to fill up as well, but I'm not gonna bore you today. So this is meal prep. This is how you do it. Apart from this, in between full meals, so I call these full meals. In between full meals, you can have MRPs. So custom protein shakes. You have you got some protein powder, oats, some bananas, some peanut butter, mix all that up. It's a really delicious and really healthy and good MRP that provides you really adequate energy. Along with that, you can have protein bars. Obviously, you don't want to overdo it on protein bars, but they are very convenient. You can take them literally anywhere. They take up no room whatsoever. Using simple peanut butters, cashews, some Greek yogurt, eggs, avocados. You can have things like that, little meals in between, little snacks in between these main meals. As long as they have adequate calories and macronutrients, your diet is gonna be on par. So here we go. Meal 1, breakfast. We have oatmeal, eggs, stuff like that. Give yourself a cup of oatmeal, fry up a few eggs or egg whites, depending on what your macros entail. Meal 2 can be one of these guys. Meal 3 can be protein bar or a shake or something like that. Meal 4, another one of these guys. Meal 5, you can repeat what you did in meal 3. Obviously, you can have some variations. And then meal 6, we have another one of these. Now, I do 6 to 8 meals a day. That's just my preference. Some people like to do intermittent fasting and just like to eat once a day. That doesn't work for me. I like adequate energy levels throughout the day. This is what works for me. Frequent eating, and it's worked for many people over the years, so give it a try. This is the nutrition that I recommend. Hopefully you guys found this video useful. Good luck with your meal prep. Get it done, get to work, and we'll catch you guys next week